Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Just wanted to take a minute after the new updates to Eve to go over my Tengu fit, my 1000 DPS Tengu fit. Before all the changes, I actually had a difficult time getting up to 1000 DPS, but the ship's tank still held pretty well. So I just want to go over my setup, and I'm not by any means saying that this is the best setup or this is the setup everybody should have, but it's just a setup that I use for, Care Bear running level 4 missions. I'm not doing anything out in nullsec, just having some fun doing level 4s in high sec. So up top we got heavy assault missile launcher 2s with Scourge Rage heavy assault missiles. 25-kilometer range, not terrible. You're kind of heavily tanked, so you're going to get in there to do damage anyways. And we got 6 launchers up top. Moving on to the mid slots, we've got a large shield booster, Tech 2, along with a shield boost amplifier Tech 2, which basically just gives us all of our shield back. Like you just turn them on and you don't have to worry about anything. Afterburner Tech 2, and 2 Pitham C type adaptive and vulnerability fields. This gets us up to 85 and 83% for thermal and kinetic, which is more than enough, especially with the shield boosters. You will not need anything more than that. Even if you're getting hit by EM damage, the shield boosters will still out-tank it. We have a medium cap battery in there, just to keep everything cap stable, along with 3 medium capacitor control circuit Tech 2 rigs. You kind of on level 4s don't want to have to pay attention to what you're doing with your capacitor. You kind of just want to turn all your defenses on and focus on DPSing everything down. The low slots have got Caldari Navy ballistic control systems. What I found is when you put the subsystems in here, if you have less control systems at the bottom and 1 more launcher at the top, it actually does slightly less damage. So in this case, having the 4 at the bottom with 6 launchers actually works out really well. For subsystems, we're using the fuel catalyst. All it does is give you an extra 10% to your afterburn speed. So, most of the things you're doing with your Tengu is SIG tanking. A lot of bigger ships aren't going to hit you. You really kind of out-boost the damage from smaller ships. So even when you're webbed and not moving very fast, you're still out doing that. Accelerator ejection bays, or accelerated ejection bay. So this is going to give us a bonus to 5% to our heavy missiles and a 10% to the velocity, as well as a faster rate of fire. So that's how we're getting up to the 1000 DPS. Shield is just supplementary screening. You're just trying to make your shields work as well as you can. And plus this gives you the 2 extra low slots and the 2 mid slots. Other variations of it, like covert configuration here. If you take a look at it, it doesn't really gives you more mid slots, but you lose those low slots, and you get the extra high slot. So you can put the extra launcher in there, but you lose your power at the bottom, the low slots. And then we just have the augmented graviton reactor. So this gives us the extra mid and low slots, as well as helps us stay cap stable, basically. So there's one different fitting you can do. Like I play Caldari, so you're going up against Guristas often, and your thermal and kinetic is all you really care about for shielding. Even when you get some of the missions with Serpentis, you can still out boost them, and then you get some of the angel missions. It's roughly the same thing. You're still mitigating a good portion of the incoming damage. But one of the other setups that you can do if you're going into a mission with a lot of rats in it, and you just want to sit there and draw everything to you, is that you can take one of the adaptive and vulnerability fields out and the shield booster. You can put in a kinetic and a thermal dissipation. And what this will do is this will get you slightly higher resistances across the board. So you're going to have 89 and 87 as opposed to 85 and 83. And you're losing out on some boost, but that's not really that bad. you're mitigating enough damage to where the, at 40 damage per cycle that we'd be boosting back doesn't really make that big of a difference. So for most missions, I do as best I can for setting myself up to. They're running, so I guess I can't take them out. Should probably stop that. But I try to set myself up to just have a kind of an omni tank going with the focus on thermal and kinetic, and boosting. You get that extra boost to your shields. Ends up working well. So the next part of the video is going to have me running a level 4 mission, which is unauthorized military access. So this is like one of those missions where you jump in. The first gate's got barely anything on it, but then the second area, you can jump in and you can just aggro everything. And you do get webbed, and you do, get slowed down, but for the most part, even with 2 or 3 webs, and you'll see at one point in the video, I believe I have 4 webs on me. You just take down the guys with the webs, and you're good. Or you can, focus on the bigger ships to kind of mitigate DPS that way. But it's always better to make yourself go a little faster to sig tank. You're not really in too much of danger of losing your Tengu with a tank like this. And this is pretty well set up. I've got, as far as skills go, they have the new skills menu, which is pretty interesting. But when it comes to subsystems, all of the Caldari stuff, I've got that all to level 5. So I get those extra boosts when it comes to the Tech 3 ships, and then shields also. I think I'm working on a couple of them, but for as far as kinetic and thermal go, pretty much all of my shielding is at 5, and I think I've got EM shielding down here. Get myself up to 5, and then explosive. I don't have anything really to boost explosive, but that's because you don't run into it as often. And even with the 2 things running 71, 81% is more than enough to not have to worry about it. So hope you enjoy the rest of the video. I won't be talking through the mission. I'm probably going to speed it up, and hope you guys enjoy the fit, and hope you can fit it yourselves. And if you've got any constructive criticism, something that you think might work a little better, I'd love to read about it in the comments. Thanks.